raised on songs and stories, heroes of renown, the passing tales and glories that once was Dublin town, the hallowed halls and houses.
Good day, folks. You're very welcome to Destination Folk Show, going out live from the Destination Uri website here. We're joined in studio today by Paul Loughran from South Armagh, Balix, County Armagh, and County Down man and Uri man, Mr. Aidan Campbell. You're very welcome, lads, into the studio.
Thanks very much. Cheers for having us.
A guitar and a wooden box. What's the name of this wooden box?
It's a cajon.
Cajon.
Cajon. C-A-G-O-N.
J-O-N.
J-O-N, that's what I said.
Oh, right. Cajon, right, right.
I'm only out of bed, sorry if I didn't make it.
Well, it works well. You don't need a seat in a pub. You just sit in it.
Exactly. Comes very handy in some pubs.
You bit the life out of it then, you know what I mean? But they're very popular this last while. I see them, a lot of people using them, you know. But anyway, you're here to play a few songs for us. Paul, when did it all start, or how long are you playing the instruments? Or
well, I started playing guitar about 11 years ago.
Right. You must have been young then.
Yeah, no, it was funny though, because I remember my mum was shouting at me. She was like, "You need to go up and clean your room," because I was flat out asking for a guitar. But she was like, "You need to go up and clean your room there," and I had already cleaned my room, so I was very upset by this at 7 years of age, been told to clean my room twice in one day. But she kept on at me, and this turned into a full-scale argument because I was not for leaving the couch. I was too busy watching Disney Channel. But she was going mad, "Go up and clean that room." And then eventually, after the Roaring match, she was like, "Listen, would you just go up to your room?" So I went up, and there was a wee guitar sitting there. I was like, "All right, that's fair enough, thank you."
It's probably a SpongeBob SquarePants guitar or something.
It was actually a nice guitar. It was Sunburst. It was a Stratocaster. It wasn't a real Strat.
Electric, right?
Yeah. It was a Westfield copy of a Strat.
Right.
It was my first guitar. It was like 70 quid or something or other.
Right.
And I played that for about 6 years until I got into acoustic sort of stuff. Obviously, I was flat out learning AC/DC tunes when I was younger.
Yeah.
And then I got into... See, I started doing the score and stuff when I got older. You know,
Right, traditional music.
Yeah. And I got Tanglewood acoustic guitar.
Right.
And this I must have been maybe 12 or 13. And then after doing the score, I started doing wee gigs. Like, obviously they weren't, well, I thought they were class around the time, but it was like just me playing in a pub for free to like 4 people.
That's what all happens, isn't it?
Yeah.
10 years later, we're still doing that.
Yeah. I got this here 2 years ago.
The Martin travel guitar.
My first proper branded guitar.
Yeah. Funny enough, I've one of them myself. It's handy for going on holidays, you know what I mean? Just into the backpack and over your shoulder and away you go, you know what I mean? It's
you
great.
can just sort of take it anywhere. We just sit and play them on the bus. Another friend of mine has them, we sit and play them on the bus home.
Right.
Because they're just handy.
I actually, when I was reading up about the Martin travel, I was comparing it to the Baby Taylor guitar and comparing reviews, but the Martin seemed to come out the top reviews, you know, so.
See, I had played both. And I like this because it has the smaller body. The Taylor sort of is big here.
Yeah. So, well, I'll tell you what, we'll get a wee song ideas, lads, to see what it's all about. What are we going to start off with?
This song's called Stubborn Beast.
Is this your own or is it a cover?
It's a cover of a band from London. They're called Bears Den.
Right.
They're still sort of small at the minute. They're getting a lot of 1,000 views on YouTube and they haven't really got a massive deal yet, but their music's fantastic. So.
How did you come across them?
I was just flicking through YouTube and I found one of their videos. And this is one of the first songs I heard by them. So
you learned it?
Yeah, I had to learn it.
Oh, well, here we go.
Right. such a stubborn beast. It's best away from the flock. You've got enough pride for all of us. And as you wander your islands, bored and alone, set fire to the bridges that you were carried across. But those letters, they're all strewn across your bedroom floor. Such beautiful words, but you just can't remember who they're for. By your window sits a picture filled with strangers. They were always looking around for you, always looking down on you. Such a frightened fawn is best away from the road. And though you wouldn't want to expose your flesh to the bones, but I can't help but notice all those letters, they're all strewn across your bedroom floor. Such beautiful words, but you just can't remember who they're for. By your window sits a picture filled with strangers. Always looking around for you, but never able to find you. Oh,
Brilliant. Well done,
Hope I
lads.
didn't break your mics there.
Aye, they near lifted the roof there. The vocal cords, but I can fairly hit the range all right. Great blend. He's blending well together there. Even the harmonising coming in there was class.
We're playing together this year, so
Is that right?
yeah.
So
2 years, I'd say, at least now.
Yeah.
yeah, it was great harmonising, and the mix of the two instruments is fantastic. But say the likes you picked that song, or you come across that song and you learned it. Obviously, Aidan must be into the same tunes or style of music, is he? Or is it-
that's funny.
Not in the slightest.
Oh, right. So what's happening now
I'm
then?
far
Aidan's actually a massive Slipknot fan.
I'm
Who?
Slipknot,
very into my heavy metal and whatnot.
Right.
But
but it
music's music at the end of the day for me. Like,
Yeah.
like
Well, obviously, you had to learn that song.
he has
then,
a
and the words and all.
wide range, a wide music taste.
I would listen to anything, like literally.
Yeah.
I throw a song at him and he's like, right. And then we sit down for a few hours and work out a version of it.
Brilliant. Yeah. So you then you just get together a lot then to practice the
Yeah.
songs. That's what makes it work.
Wasn't like that back in the day. Like last
Right.
year, we were our practice space would be Buskin down Hill Street.
Aye.
That used to be it. And I used to just come down. I wasn't even playing with Paul at the time. Used to just show up with the cajon and just sit beside him and just chime in every once in a
We
while.
only
Right.
started taking it a bit more seriously, like recently.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
over the summer it got proper serious, and then just
Right.
now with Paul doing his own wee thing, I've just
Yeah.
been dragged along for the crack.
I remember years ago. The busking. A lot of people used to busk outside Newry Market, in the days when Newry Market was the place to
Yeah.
be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, all the time in the summer. But I think it's only this last while that you're starting to see buskers again on Hill Street.
Well, we would go once every couple of weeks to sort of keep it that it's still a novelty.
Yeah.
Once every few weeks we would go down Hill Street. Would be sort of, it depends, either outside the credit union or outside the wee garden shop or outside Super Valley.
Right.
Try and
Well,
mix
see,
it up.
You have a lot of people getting into the credit union. You know?
Oh yeah,
The
plenty.
worst thing is they're not coming out with loose change.
No.
Aye, see, that's all notes, you know. But it would be a good idea, I think, if some of the shopping centres would allow buskers in.
Yeah.
You know, but you're in
Need
heat
it's like a
underneath
big
the
waiting
roof.
list thing for all that. Like,
Aye, you know, and I just think it would bring a bit of life to some of the shopping centres. You know,
I remember you used to get a wee drop of music in the Keys.
right?
There used to be,
That was a paid gig type of thing, wasn't it?
yeah.
But even if they'd done that, if they were picking bands, you know, would support local artists as well, you know. But so obviously you were a drummer, Aidan, at some stage.
yeah, full kit drumming was the first thing I got into in second year. I think it was.
Right.
That was just a notion. There was no influence, no
Aye.
present bought that I had to learn. It was just like, I'm gonna start, and then I may as well start an instrument of some description. And then
How did the neighbours handle that?
they didn't at all. They did not. I got like the wee pad things you put over the skins and the cymbals.
Right.
I remember them for the first week, and then
Right.
after a while it was just like, nope, took them off, ripped them up, threw them in the bin. No good to anybody, like-
Full scale riot then, was it?
Oh, it was, well, most of the time it wasn't. The first proper complaint we ever got was 3 years ago for my 18th. I had a full gig in the back garden, you see,
Wow. He had a wee bit of a soiree.
and you couldn't count on both hands how many times the police come up that day. Like,
Holy. So obviously you live in a housing estate. There's houses next door to you, like.
neighbours there was about the shop on the Rafael Road. One of the boys that works there was out in his break, and he could hear the music from my house. That's
Brilliant.
about half a mile distance. Like,
Holy God. You know, that's what it's all about. Isn't it?
yeah,
You know,
as well.
it's part of growing
If
up.
you're not getting complaint for noise, you're not doing music
Yeah.
right. Like,
Exactly.
I was just noticing when you were playing the guitar there. I was slagging you earlier on about the wee guitar you got at Christmas, probably SpongeBob SquarePants, but I see a SpongeBob sticker on it.
SpongeBob sticker.
You know what I mean? Because I know I got my wee girl a guitar for Christmas there a couple of years ago, and it was a pure yellow one with SpongeBob all over it. You know what I mean? But it was never played. You know what I mean?
There's a few. That sticker, that was the first ever sticker on the guitar, the wee duck. Wee duck.
Yeah.
I was, last year, we used to have a wee band called Branda, we were a folk band, but we decided that this duck would be our symbol.
Right.
And the duck was everywhere, and we used to go around spray painting the duck on
Holy God.
shutters of shops and all. But the duck went everywhere. The duck has been down to Clogherhead
Everywhere.
and
Like a wee mascot.
all sorts of places, and he's a wee mascot.
I even designed a wee sticker for it as well.
Yeah.
Well, I see a signature on it. Who is this?
That's Bill.
Well, that's just your own. I thought maybe you met
No,
some
because we be
more
down.
famous
Oh, God.
I go to
Bruce Springsteen or something, you know.
I go to Armagh Tech, and
Right.
there's a few people down there might have a tendency to lift things. So
Which
just in case.
well, so the thing about it is, you know, that you would see all the stickers on it. You know what I
I'm
mean?
gonna have my wee medallion as well.
Right. What we're going to do is we'll do another wee song, and
I get tuned up.
introduce. Oh, we're different tuning this time, is it?
We're going into standard.
Right. Oh, and you must have been up to date, Martin. I have no built-in tuner in mine.
I know I got this.
Oh, you got that put in, did you yourself?
No, this came with it. It was.
Joking.
It was like.
Pick up an all built into then.
Yeah, first one.
Mine has none of that.
Tune.
This is a wee Chinese song called,
called Tuning.
Tuning. It's
During
a popular
busking
joke.
days.
Popular joke among musicians. Sounds good, boy. So give us a wee intro to the next song. What
Right, this came about through the busking days actually.
Right.
It's a mashup of a few tunes. There's like we put some Jake Bugg together with a wee bit of Johnny Cash.
Right, brilliant.
And,
Sounds good.
Yeah, no, it happened because we used to do the two songs separately, and they would flow into each other. So like, let's just stick them together because we only do half of the Johnny Cash one. Yeah. So it's
Right, let her rip.
Morning, it's another pure grey morning. Don't know what the day is holding, but still I get uptight and I walk right into the path of a lightning bolt. Sirens of an ambulance come a-howling right through the center of town, and no one blinks an eye, and I look up to the sky, it's the path of a lightning bolt. Everyone I see just wants to walk with gritted teeth, but I just stand by and I waste my time. You see, they gotta toe the line, they want the water, not the wine. But when I see them signs, I jump from their lightning bolt. Chances, oh, people tell you not to take chances. Oh, they tell you there aren't any answers. But as I'm starting to agree, while I walk suddenly into the path of a lightning bolt. Everyone I see just wants to walk with gritted teeth, but I just stand by and I waste my time. You see, they gotta toe the line, they want the water, not the wine. But when I see them signs, I jump from that lightning bolt. Oh, I hear the train a-coming, it's rolling around the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I've been stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on. But the train, it keeps rolling on down to San Antonio. Stuck in Speed Bump City, where the only thing that's pretty is the thought of getting out. Yeah, when I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy and don't ever play with guys. But I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. And when I hear that whistle blowing, I hang my head and cry.
Good lively set.
Yeah,
Save, I'm sure. That's the one to get the crowd going.
that hasn't been done in a while.
Joking. And what sort of gigs have you been doing lately?
Oh, Jesus.
You were saying you were Amplified, were you?
Yeah, we booked that Amplified for a headline gig there on Friday, and we managed to.
Amplified was like the Kickstarter one, realistically, like because the rest before that was the older group,
Right,
and then only recently now, obviously, Paul's going to be starting to do gigs with his own name.
right.
But before that, it was Christmas, and it would have just been if the guitar was in the house, baited out, everybody's having a few drinks.
See, the Amplified gig, was it just the two of you playing, or was there more people?
No, I have him and a violin player, Hannah Morgan, and she
Right.
played with us.
Brilliant.
But then we had Gary Gribbin on before us,
Right.
and he played amazingly well. And we were nearly like, we can't go on now. He was too good. But
Gary is like the fella Gary Gribben has a tendency to disappear off the face of the planet for about 6 months, and then come back with a brand new set list, brand new sound,
Wow.
and just play incredibly. Like, and then you wouldn't even think he would have touched the guitar in the time he was away.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm really glad Paul actually got him to support us.
he hibernates for a while.
Yeah.
Goes
Was
back.
there many in Amplified for that gig?
Yeah, we managed to pack the place out. Then
Brilliant.
it was a really good vibe.
It's a venue I haven't been in now because obviously a lot of gigs be sort of
Great
weekends,
spot in there.
you know, and obviously with the music business myself, I don't get time to see other talent, you know what I mean? But I suppose you'd have a following then yourselves, would you?
Well, originally I didn't think we did, but there's
There's a few
There's-
groupies running around, is there?
between the friends and their friends and his mates from Tech, that's how we just filled the place out. It was just, you know,
Brilliant.
there was people down from Dungannon, people from Lurgan, people from all
Wow.
sorts down for the crack. It was good. It
Brilliant.
was a really good night.
Couldn't beat that. So you're at Armagh Tech then, obviously I think it's a music course you're doing, is it?
Aye, I'm doing music, technology and performance.
How long has it, have you been in there?
I've been in there since September. I
Right.
should have went 2 years ago, but I done a different course in Uri Tech and it just wasn't for me. So
Right.
would have been in my class.
Well then, that's what I'm saying, at least if you're doing a music thing, it's valuable stuff then, you know, for you, what you're planning to,
yeah,
hopefully your career will be, you know. And does it venture into recording as well?
yeah, we have a lovely studio worth about 40 grand, and like
Wow,
there was a lot of money put into making the
Right.
music department really good down at Armagh.
brilliant.
Thanks, Paddy Craig.
You had it as well, Aidan, you the course too?
I've been and done my time in SRC Armagh. I did 4 years.
In Armagh
Yeah,
Tech?
I did the course that Paul's doing at the moment.
You went
Yeah.
to Amsterdam last year,
I
didn't
went
you?
to Amsterdam, yeah. That was our class, our school trip. Went to
Right.
Amsterdam for 4 days.
Wow.
just-
to gig and
Just a gig. We got there the first night. We went into the pub we were meant to be in the first night. And we thought it was an open mic thing. You know, when you hear open mic, you think,
aye.
right, the stage is clear, let's jump on and play a few tunes.
Right.
This fella come up with a booklet, pen and pad, and just was like, right, use our what? And then just kind of went. An hour later, we were on for 15 minutes, and it was just like,
Wow.
kind of open mic sessions, this, that
Aye,
kind of thing.
You had the book in.
Ended up, we played for 15 minutes, were asked to stay on, and then played for the next 3 hours,
Holy
and got
mother
free
of
drink the
God.
whole night. It was 4 o'clock in the morning by the time we left.
Brilliant.
But the original plan was, we'll go here, we'll play a few tunes, we'll go to this next pub, we'll play a few tunes.
Yeah.
But we were there till 4 o'clock in the morning, didn't do anything the next day. The whole day of planning went out the window because everybody was just
That's it.
wrecked from all the music.
Yeah.
Clearly,
yeah.
disastrous. And there was these guys that worked there come up to us going, oh, very good songs, hand me this wee booklet. And you open the booklet up and it just says, free shot, free shooter, free pint.
Wow.
And you're just like, right. And then it was like €10 for a big jug. I walked around with 2. And you could see a table of half a dozen people sharing one. And you're just, yeah, these are my friends. That was the kind of opportunity you got in Tech. We
That's
went,
it, yeah.
you know,
Brilliant.
Amsterdam to play music, and it was just fantastic. Like, and then great qualifications out of the whole place after the 4 years.
Yeah. What are you qualified as now after doing a 4-year course?
Good musician.
Uh,
No,
a lot.
yeah,
So
producer,
does it
producer, live artist, recording engineer.
You've done the whole lot, all.
Done that. There's modules for everything in that course. Like, you know, it's you come out, and I'm moving over to London in September as well to just continue it, which will
Brilliant.
give me music production qualifications as well.
So you be able to sit in a recording studio and take somebody and record an album type of thing, can
yeah, but like it's gotten to the point where it gets that much into your brain. You sit in the radio and you go,
you? Right.
if I had that in the studio for 10 minutes, I would tweak this and I would change that.
Yeah.
Like some tunes you just can't listen to anymore.
It ruins your ability to enjoy music.
Aye.
Like when you're listening to music, you're constantly analysing it. You're like, that symbol's a wee bit
Yeah.
you could fix that.
See, everybody that does a mix in recording studios
Yeah.
obviously mix to their own particular
Well, yeah,
taste,
everyone,
you know
yeah,
what I
everyone
mean?
would have their own custom thing,
Yeah.
but it's just like I had a favorite song that I have the lyrics tattooed on my body of, and
Right.
like 3 years into the course, I was listening to it and I went, that snare's ringing at the end. That's,
Pinpointing
and it was
these
just it's
things,
just
yeah.
dong at the end, and I was just nope, turn it off. Haven't listened to the song in about a year.
And you-
Couldn't do it. Like
after you tattoo on the lyrics.
yeah,
And what about do you have the likes of recording software at home then? Are you able to do your own recording at home?
I have
think,
more of
no?
the software stuff. I wouldn't be able to like. I have Reason at the house, which is just mainly software stuff, but I wouldn't be. I wouldn't have any recording set up at the house.
I don't know whether in the Armagh Tech they use Cubase or what sort of.
we
use
use Pro Tools now.
Pro Tools. Everybody's into
mainly,
Pro Tools
yeah.
now. Yeah.
Cubase is there. it's available, but no
Yeah.
one. It's all
So
reason.
everything's you can work to your own personal preference, but they mainly teach Pro Tools. So
Right, brilliant. Yeah, no, it's good to have that, like, you know, for future reference. So when you go to London, then that's the partnership broke up, is it?
No.
no, because see, right throughout the year, I've a few gigs lined up over in England. So
Brilliant.
just give him a ring.
So I'm already there, like, you know.
Right.
Do you need train money? We'll get there.
And you're going to be living in London then, aye?
Yeah, I'm moving over with a friend in September.
Right. Happy days. So that's the big wide world
I'm
opens
getting,
up.
I'm getting wrung out musically while I'm here. Everyone's just asked
Yeah.
gigs and music and drums and vocals and recordings.
Yeah.
We're burning him out before he goes away.
Well, that's it.
By the time I get over there, I'll be useless to no one.
Well, we're going to take a wee ad break, folks, and we'll be back very shortly with you.
Super.
Destination Newry. We're back in moments. You've reached your destination.
Hello, folks. You're listening to Damien Quinn here on Destination Folk, and we're joined live in the studio with Paul Loughran from Belikes, and his friend was in earlier, Aidan Campbell, and Aidan had a shoot off. So we're going to be left with just yourself here, Paul.
Aye,
running
I'm all
out,
alone again.
running out a few tunes, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
a great session there for the last couple of songs with the two of you, and so I was saying earlier on about the blend between the two of you was fantastic, you know what I mean? So I say a bright future lies ahead in the music business.
I hope so.
I'm sure you have loads of plans anyway for the future. What's
I
going to be happening?
well, what happened was I sent one of my songs about 2 months ago. I sent one of my songs into BBC,
Right?
and they played it on BBC Radio Ulster. And
Brilliant.
it sort of
Which presenter was that? Jay Anderson,
it was
no?
the Across the Line show,
Right, right.
and they played it on that, and that sort of spiraled a wee thing with BBC introducing. And I've been sort of back and forth with them every now and again, and they're talking about going up to Belfast for a wee interview
Brilliant.
and sort of helping get kicked off up in Belfast, because I haven't done much
Aye.
up there at all with
Yeah.
regards to a few like charity things. No, but I'm going over to Bristol to visit family over there. It's my
Right.
sister's 21st, and she's going to be over there for her birthday.
Yeah.
But I managed to line myself up a weekend of gigs over there.
In Bristol itself,
yeah,
aye.
while I'm
Have
over
you been
there.
there before, have you?
No, I've never been there before, but I just
Right.
got on to
A few pubs, aye.
emailed a few places.
Brilliant.
Managed to get something lined up
And
over there.
will you have to hire a PA system, or do the pubs over there have it?
No, they're all set. They're sort of like amplified. They have their own.
Brilliant. That's the
Gig and
that's what I
setup.
was saying. I've said this many times. You know, a lot of the pubs and clubs overseas have all geared up for musicians coming
Yeah.
in, and you come round your own locality, and nobody has nothing. You know what I
It's-
mean? Which
yeah.
is they're falling away behind. You know what I mean?
Oh, the music scene over. I was in London in August, and the music scene over there is so much further on. Like,
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. But well, we get another wee song out of you, Paul. If you introduce the next one for us.
I'm gonna switch. I was gonna do one of my tunes now, but I'll do this song first because there was needling on it there, and now it's in my head. This
Right.
one, it's called Like Real People Do, and it's by Hosier.
Right.
same man that done take me to church.
Right.
So.
Fabulous. Here we go.
I had a thought, dear, however scary, about that night, the bugs and the dirt. Why were you digging? What did you bury before those hands pulled me from the earth? I will not ask you where you came from. I will not ask, and neither should you. Honey, just put your sweet lips on my lips. We should just kiss like real people do. I knew that look, dear, eyes always seeking, was there in someone that already knows. So I will not ask you why you were digging in some sad way I already know. I will not ask you where you came from. I will not ask, and neither should you. Honey, just put your sweet lips on my lips. We should just kiss like real people do.
Wow, brilliant. Very nice acoustic version of that song.
Aye.
You know, there's similarities in the folk music and that tune there, you know, so which is nice to be able to get in with that sort of style as well, you know.
That's one of his more sort of folky tunes because he's
Right.
really, really heavy blues based, but he has some nice wee acoustic
Right.
ones.
And see, when you were growing up with music yourself, Paul, what sort of music did we be into yourself?
See, I grew up around trad, like
Right.
constantly, lots of trad. And then when I started, like, growing up and getting into, when I started doing GCSE music, most of the people in my class were all blues players.
Right.
So I got into the like blues as well, and I got into listening to like B.B. King,
Right.
that sort of stuff. And then I just got all these mad sort of different influences from like acoustic sort of artists, and
Aye.
then I had trad and folk music and blues music, and it all sort of blended into one. That's the next tune I'm going to do for you, sort of shows that, because it's like bluesy, folky, weird.
Right.
It's kind of...
I mean, suppose, what, would you be into the likes of Ed Sheeran or them?
I do, I would listen to Ed Sheeran the odd time, but he wouldn't be a massive influence.
Right.
Sort of...
He seems to be hitting big at the minute.
Yeah, I seen him.
Everywhere you go.
I seen him live 2 or 3 years ago up in Odyssey when his last album came out, and he was
Right.
brilliant.
Yeah. But you were saying you sent a recording now down to the BBC. Where did you do the recording?
In my bedroom.
Just on.
I have my MacBook set up with a wee M-Box, a wee
Right.
2-channel interface.
Yeah, we audio
So
interface.
it's enough for me. I can get the vocals and the guitar go at the same time, get them on
Right.
2 separate tracks.
And you don't video them then? No.
Uh,
It was
I-
just an audio recording you
yeah,
sent
it was
in,
just audio.
Right.
And sort of mastered it a wee bit and put a fake bass on it. It sounds okay, but
when you're, I actually tried that setup myself with a wee MacBook myself with the M audio interface. You know what I mean? But I could never handle the software. I probably had the wrong software. I was using. I bought the MacBook
use-
for GarageBand.
Yeah.
I just couldn't make head nor tail out of it.
I use Logic Pro
Right.
at home, which
Is it handy enough to use? Is it?
yeah, it's sort of the new version is because it's sort of all Durfy, and it looks
Right.
like people that are really into their like digital audio stuff hate
Aye.
it because it helps you do good things easier. So
Right.
it's a lot easier
Right.
to do mastering
Right.
and mixing and stuff.
Did you ever, just for curiosity from your own self, did you ever try GarageBand?
Aye, we had to use GarageBand for GCSE music, so
Right, and were you able to handle it okay? Maybe it was
Yeah.
just myself, I couldn't use it at all.
It's awkward enough to get round to doing your own sort of
Aye.
recording into.
That's all I wanted for was just a quick re-record.
It's sort of focused around like loops and jingles and stuff. Yeah.
That's what it was. See, in the recording itself, did you think, obviously, how vital is an audio interface?
Well,
For
recording,
need it,
it's
do you?
100%
It's
necessary.
essential. You need it.
Your main sort of backbone setup for recording is your DAW, digital audio workstation, like Pro Tools or Logic or whatever.
Yeah.
Your computer, and then your interface.
Right.
That's when you see those mixing desks and stuff in like big studios. They have these massive desks,
Yeah.
but they're just sort of like a glorified MIDI controller. Really, it's just that's
Yeah.
like linked up, so everything's handier.
Yeah.
But you can record perfectly well with your
Your laptop is the same.
your laptop and a good interface,
Yeah.
and you need a microphone, of course.
Yeah. Aye. So I must skip back to the drawing board and try and do a wee reset up again.
Yeah.
With the gigs at the minute now for the future. Do you're saying you're planning to move to try and get a few gigs into Belfast? You know, it seems to be the main place at the minute.
I want to go to Belfast and I want to go to Derry, because Derry is sort of where the music scene's at the
Right.
minute,
Yeah.
because of the whole Radio One's big weekend and whatnot being there. It's blown up over the last year,
Yeah.
and then Belfast is where it always has been.
It's always booming.
Yeah.
7 nights a week. You know, like if you can't get
Like-
gigs in Belfast, there's something wrong
Yeah.
with crying out for musicians. You know, which is great. You know, it's great for the musicians that you can fall back in Belfast, because you know it's a place where you're going to get work. You know, you weren't up at the All Ireland Flan in Derry that time, no?
No, last year I was sort of booked out constantly.
Right.
Summer we were constantly, if we weren't gigging in Uri, we were gigging somewhere, and then we ended up getting gigs way down south, like
Brilliant.
things that, like, because we actually, it was funny, me and my violin player and an old friend of mine were just sort of jamming up at Camla Lake, and we were like, oh, we should go on a wee road trip for the crack.
And sitting there with the violin and all,
Aye.
is it the fiddle or the violin?
The
Who's
fiddle.
it? Right.
Well, a bit of
And
both.
sitting there like playing away.
Yeah, and we were like, we should go on a wee road trip, and we packed everything into the car, and we just kept driving until we got to somewhere that looked like they would let musicians come in and play. So we ended up in, do you know Clogherhead?
Oh, do you? But it's years from I was in it. Like.
It was a bar called the Boathouse that
Right.
we got to, and we drove for ages. It took us like an hour, 2 hours to get there.
Aye.
And we went in and we just sort of started jamming, and they were like, whoa, we'll pay us to play here. So we ended up, we got paid, they gave us €200 to play,
Holy God,
the three of
brilliant.
us. And then they gave us a room for the night and all, and because we took a
Wow.
tent,
Ah.
we were going to camp, like just sort of,
Yeah.
we had it all set up, just like off the beach a bit. There was like a
Yeah.
field, and we're like, that'll do. And then we went into this bar and started playing away, and they gave us a room for the night and
Yeah,
all.
for the gig. And was there people in the bar as well, aye?
The place was packed
Right.
because it was during summer and people were
Yeah.
down sort of.
Brilliant.
People take caravans down there and stuff.
Aye,
and
that's
go-
right.
yeah.
It used to be a big holiday resort years ago for like when people
Yeah.
didn't go abroad. You always went down to Clogherhead, you know. And the last time I was in it, I was gigging myself in the place, the Sail Inn. I don't think the Sail Inn's opened anymore.
I'm not sure.
Clogherhead, but that's what I'm saying. Music, no matter where you go in the world, if you be able to play
It'll
music,
get you in anywhere.
you'll get in anywhere. And like you know, everybody wants to be party. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we'll try another Rattle Louise song out here. What are we doing this one?
This is an original called Overmorrow.
Right,
It means the day after tomorrow. And
over tomorrow.
it's the only name I could think of. I could use a little help. Oh, I just sit here making problems in my head, and I don't quite know how to say. Oh, my mind, it eats me. No, I can't get away. I know you won't understand what goes on in my bedroom. when you all go to sleep. I'm not just talking to me. Smoky rooms and hyperactive red balloons, they fill my lungs with a temporary smile. Take my heart, take my sanity, because I know that you need it more than I do. Chasing lights and subatomic smiles, while I lay in the cold. But nobody explains the way I'm feeling, just like my doctor did. But smoky rooms and hyperactive red balloons, they fill my lungs with a temporary smile. Take my heart, take my sanity, because I know that you need it more than I do.
We're going to take a wee ad break again, and we'll be cracked with the songwriting when we come back.
Destination Newry. We're back in moments.
Advertise your business here. Reach a weekly audience of 275,000 people. Be ahead of the rest. Call Damien on 078 08 80 34 75 or 028 308 34 012.
You can find a smile in all directions, million miles away, right by your side. Take a look around you, it's right here for you and
The
me.
Keys Newry, where the journey continues.
McNally's Pharmacy opened back in 1930. There are 3 pharmacists and 9 other members of staff spread between the dispensary and shop floor, and are the only pharmacy in Newry which uses the ROA Smart Robot automated storage and retrieval system, providing increased levels of customer service and operational efficiency. Our fantastic opening hours means that we are always there to help fulfill our customers' needs. Here at McNally's Late Night Pharmacy, we like to pride ourselves in being among the top competitors when it comes to private prescription costs. We would like to encourage customers from the Republic of Ireland to get their prescriptions dispensed with us and save themselves money. Our services include free delivery service, free prescription collection from your doctor's surgery, general pharmacist advice, medicines disposal, minor ailment scheme, smoking cessation advice, weight management and dietary advice. If you wish to avail of these services, please contact 0044 28 302 62110. Visit our website for health advice at mcnallyspharmacy.com. We are located on 5 Monaghan Street, Newry, County Down, BT 35 6BB.
Jack Murphy Jewellers in the heart of Newry is one of the leading jewellers in Ireland and one of Newry's major shopping attractions. Diamonds personally selected at source help create an exciting collection of engagement rings and designer jewellery, complemented by international men's and women's designer watches. Attention to consumer needs, offering honest advice and great value is a cornerstone of our friendly Newry showroom. Find us at Diamond House, 63 Hill Street, Newry. For quality, value and service, Jack Murphy Jewellers of Newry, the Diamond People.
You've reached your destination.
Well, very welcome back, folks, to Destination Folk Show with Damien Quinn here, going out on the World Wide Web and the Destination website, Destination Uri, and in conjunction with Fadio.ie. We're joined by Paul Loughrane from South Armagh, Balix, County Armagh, and you done a great song there, one of your own originals. Have you wrote many songs, Paul, have you?
I've about 6 or 7, but a lot of them's in the this needs like finished stage, but like
Right.
I've sort of got 4 tracks down that I'm happy with, and
Right. You have them
so
recorded and all, have you?
have them recorded and like demoed so that
Brilliant.
I know where I'm at with them, and
Yeah.
then I'm just trying to finish other ones.
And is it just yourself and the guitar on the recordings so far?
Yeah. But I'm gonna get, because I only started gigging with the drummer and the violin player recently,
Right.
so I'm gonna get them in and
Brilliant.
get them tracked on it.
And I tell you what, it saves a lot of money and you can do it yourself.
Oh yeah, big time.
That's part of the college, you know what I mean? And even Aidan that was in playing along with you earlier on, like, and with his experience, so he's the course finished, you know what I mean? Are you planning to stay the 4 years as well, or is it a shorter course you're doing?
I'm gonna do the 2 years, and then I'm either going to go to Queen's or depending on how I do,
Right.
because I'm doing pretty well at the minute,
Brilliant.
and I might go over to London. He done amazingly well. He got like all distinctions the whole way throughout, and
Joking,
he
didn't
came
you?
out like
Flying
the
colours.
best marks he possibly could have got, and he's away at London College of Music. So
Wow. How many years is Aidan to do over there?
I think 2 or 3,
Right. Like, you know what I mean? It's,
because he's started this degree,
yeah.
and then he's gonna finish it over there.
I know a lot of the anybody that comes out of music colleges with, if they're going into recording or whatever, you know, they probably they need the contacts as well.
Oh,
You know, like any of these big artists, you know, they seem to stick where the household name is maybe among musicians of who's good at recording and this and that.
Yeah.
So even if you can get sort of part-time jobs into the likes of them guys or whatever, you know, if it's recording they're doing, you know, you're
Yeah.
a winner, you know. But we'll finish the show off with another wee song, and once again, I'd like to thank you for coming into the studio.
no bother.
I
It's
wish,
good to be
I
here.
wish you all the best in the future, and hopefully we'll get an album out at some stage. And so, what are we going to finish off with?
This one's actually, I'm going to do Pair of Brown Eyes by the Pogues, something
Oh,
Irish.
wow,
So,
I love this one.
yeah,
Christy Moore done a version of the Pearl Brown Eyes as well, you know, so,
that's just sort of my twist on it.
well, you have to be different, don't you?
One summer evening, drunk as hell, I sat there nearly lifeless, while an old man in the corner sang where the water lilies grow. And on the jukebox, Johnny sang about a thing called love. And it's how you kid, and what's your name, and how'd you bloody know? In blood and death, neath the screaming sky, I lay down on the ground, and the arms and legs of other men were scattered all around. The only thing that I could see was a pair of brown eyes that were waiting for me. But when we got back, labeled parts 1 to 3, there was no pair of brown eyes looking at me. So we're roving and roving and roving I'll go. Roving, roving and roving I'll go. Roving, roving and roving I'll go for a pair of brown eyes. I looked at him and he looked at me, but all I could do was hit him. And he looked up where the mountains lay, and his brown eyes were waiting. Oh, but it reminded me of a pair of brown eyes that once waited for me. So roving and roving and roving I'll go. Roving and roving and roving I'll go. Roving, roving, roving I'll go. Roving, roving, roving I'll go. For a pair of brown eyes.
Brilliant. What a song to end the show with. Absolutely fantastic. Really enjoyed that song. So once again, thank you very much, Paul, for coming in. And folks, Destination Folk on every week. So join us again. Thank you very much.
So, you want local Newry and Mourne TV shows on your television? Which video box should you buy? Well, you have two options. Option 1 provides you as long as you have a good internet connection in your home with all the programmes from DestinationNewry.com, including
inside the fencing when we were up there. That's such a change. And the dog muck.
Destination Newry.
Radio evolved.
Hello, your weather for today and tomorrow with Destination Newry today.
First, this is Newry News Bite.
Well, what's crack in Newry and Mourne today? We all had a great September weather-wise.
We're going to go straight into today's show with a lively set of tunes from a band called Sam.
Well, good morning. Welcome to Destination Newry.
Tell me the provenance of that. Where did it come from?
Right there, and welcome back to the studio.
Good afternoon and welcome along to Destination Wellbeing. My guest is... Hi everyone and welcome to this week's Newry's Loose Women with me.
Well, it's hello and welcome once again to the programme. My name is Tommy Sands.
And the folds of the house of our God. Praise the Lord.
Philip Rogan, rather, wearing number 19.
Evening everybody, and you're very welcome to Newry Showgrounds tonight again.
So that's option 1, and to choose this, click on option 1 below, or you can go to vario.ie and buy option 1. Option 2 provides you, as long as you have a good internet connection in your home, everything you get for option 1, including all the programmes from DestinationNewry.com, plus you will be able to add over 1,000 private or public channels at the touch of a button, most of which are free. So that's option 2. To buy, click below and buy option 2, or go to vario.ie and buy option 2. To choose your option, either option 1 or 2, just click on the buttons below, or you can go to vario.ie and click on option 1 or 2. When we receive your payment, we will deliver your box to your home, and all you need to do is plug it in and connect it to your TV and your internet. Any problems? We're here on standby to help.
Destination Newry. Keep it on. We're back in moments.
OSM Engineering, Chancellors Road, Newry, specialising in PLC programmes, electrical control systems and supplies, electrical, pneumatic, hydraulic and mechanical maintenance. Vast range of electrical components in our new shop, and a wealth of combined experience of over 50 years. Contact us today, OSM Engineering, 11 Chancellors Road, Newry, 308 38778 or 308 38782 or osm-irl.com.
Come down to Max for fresh food at great prices. We deliver free to local businesses and schools, and we also deliver to the local area for a small charge of £3. So come down to us now.
The amazing world of fine furniture. McCabe's on the Belfast Road. An Aladdin's cave of hidden treasure. Quality above all. 5 generations trading. McCabe's have it right. A pride in tradition. The creation of value. Value and quality in our beds. Value and quality throughout the home. Value and quality in the finest sofas and chairs. Dining tables, chairs, memorable feasts. Pianos, a symphony of quality and value in a shop that grows in size with every step you take. McCabe's, the Belfast Road, Newry.
Newry Fuel Centre, with home heating oil deliveries available and best price for motor and home heating oil. Contact Newry Fuel Centre. A fast fill pump on site and white diesel, less than $1.28 a litre. Special offers on premium coal, 25 kilogram, only $6.80. Premium doubles, 25 kilogram, £6.50. Singles heavy slack, £5. Propane and butane tanks, only £23. Open Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday, 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. Newry Fuel Centre, Carney Hall Industrial Complex, Newry. 302-51393. Attended service and cash and carry. Newry Fuel Centre.
Destination. You've reached your destination. Go!
Raised on songs and stories, heroes of renown, the passing tales and glories that once was Dublin town. The hallowed